Hey everyone, my name is Pritam and you're watching Tech with Pri. Welcome to my channel and I'm back with another exciting technical video. And this is the sixth video of our newly created technical series ServiceNow and JavaScript, where we are learning the fundamental of JavaScript and we are clearing the concepts like operators, data type, values, variables, loops, if-else, function, objects, and many more. Okay, so if you are new in programming or if you don't know programming, this series is for you. If you want to learn fundamental of JavaScript, this series is for you. If you want to become a ServiceNow developer, just now you completed ServiceNow system administrator or you got the CSS certification, then this course is for you because in ServiceNow development, you need to use JavaScript and you need to know that. Okay, also I'm specially creating this series because in the next series I'm going to do the ServiceNow development. So in there I'm going to use a lot of JavaScript there because development is more about scripting. So I want all of my subscribers and all of the people who are watching my videos. I know there are many people who are learning ServiceNow but they do not have any programming background, right? So for those specially, they can learn from here and they can continue the journey of ServiceNow, which I'm going to do in my channel Tech with Pri. Okay, so let's start. So I'm gonna go to Visual Studio first, where we are doing our coding, right? And also the Chrome, where we are showing the output. So again, how to configure the Visual Studio, each and everything I have shown you in my previous videos. So the link will be there in the description. So do watch that if you have any confusion. Also in my last video, you can see, so I'm doing in Visual Studio class by class. You can see class 1, we have studied values, variables. These are all the things we have done, and this is class 2 more of so we have discussed about different data types. You can see, right, number, string, boolean, undefined, symbol, very important operators called type of. We have also learned about that in data types. So that was a very important class. So if you missed that video, do watch that. Maybe you are thinking, Pritam, when we are going to learn object, function, arrays, all those difficult stuff so called. But if you want to learn those difficult stuff, actually these are not difficult. But let me tell you, if you want to learn about those difficult stuff and if you want to make it easy, then you have to understand these concepts first. So first the data type that we have talked in other day, and today's class will be very important because we are going to learn one of the most important topic in JavaScript, which is the operators, which we are going to use a lot inside of programming. I will talk about different operators and we will learn about the operator precedence also. So we would understand which operator comes first, in the time of calculation or those stuff. Okay. So make sure you watch the full video. Okay. So first of all, let me comment this section, all those class 2 things. So I will just remove this and I will make it to the end. Okay, so operators. So we know that what are the operators and stuff, as per mathematics, if you have, we have already learned in maths, right? The plus, minus, the multiplication and divide, right? These are the four main operators. And also we have like assignment operator, like equal operator, and also greater than, less than, right? These are the comparison operator, right? So we would understand each of these operators with examples. So let's start doing it. So again, we would start with, let's declare two variables first. So let's take two numbers. So maybe number 1 equal to 30 and let number equal to 50. Again, I'm using the camel case while typing the variable name. Okay, I have again explained all these things. Now, very simply in console.log, what we are doing is that number 1 plus number 2 simply, and if I save it and refresh it, it's 80. Simply it is coming as 80. Okay, now what we can do is that, okay, so instead of printing we can simply store the values. So let total to store the value. Okay, and we are doing the plus here. So this is the plus is using here as a, so this is addition, doing the addition of number 1 and number 2. Pretty simple, we know that. And again we would use another use of this plus operator in a different way. Okay, so I'll show you that, but before that, this is plus. So I'm gonna print the console.log and it would be total, right? Because we are putting the value in the total variable. and the values are the integer. Again, I told or explained in my last video that values only have the data type, okay, not the variable. So the values, that is the 30, 50, these are the numbers value, right? Number type value. So these are storing in the number one and number two. So this number one and number two are holding the number. So this is simply use of a plus operator. Now I can use minus operator simply like this is a minus sign. So I'll just make it as 80 this time, just not to get any negative value. So you see we get 30. So for example, number one is 80. So we can write like number one minus 40. Okay. So it should be 40. Let me print that. 40. Now how it is happening? Because I have already mentioned that 80 is a number value which is storing in the number one variable, right? So number one variable is storing the 80 value. Okay, it's a number variable, and 40 is also a number. That's the reason, as because they are same, that's the reason we are able to do the minus. So also we can do the the multiplication. So into 2 like this, save it and see 160. Same way we can divide that also. Again we would get 40. This is how we can use these arithmetic operators, right, in a different in this way. Okay, so let me type first. This is a class 3, and we are running. Okay, arithmetic operators. So we can just make it as a comment again, right? So these are the arithmetic operators. Next we have the assignment operators. Again, it's pretty important, we are going to use a lot. Now assignment operators are nothing but assigning a value. Okay, pretty simple, assigning a value. So like we already did that. Let's type let age equal to 50. Now this is the assignment operator, right? Which is assigning the 50 value in the age variable. So this is a job of operator. So we have used that many times in my last video also. So now you can declare age also like this, age plus equal 10. Now what does it mean? It simply means age equal to, I can write it down as a comment. It means age equal to age plus 10. So what should be the output? What is the current age is now 50. So 50 plus 10 equal to 60. So let me show you console.log, and if I print age here, you see it's coming as 60. It is doing the plus first and then it is storing the value in the age. Now why it is doing the plus first and then storing the value in age? We are going to learn this thing in a minute, so make sure you watch the video. Okay, that is the operator precedence. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to type age minus equal to 10. Now what would happen? You can guess, right? We would get the value 50. Now it's 50. Now another operator which is very common, we are going to use a lot in the loop. Okay, so that is the incremental operator or decremental operator. So like this, so now age is 50. Currently its value is 50, right? So now what I'm going to do is this age plus plus. Now what does it do? Let's see the first output. It would just increment by 1. Age plus plus actually stands age equal to age plus 1. So now you can guess it. What I'm going to do is that age minus minus, this is a decremental operator. So again it means age equal to age minus 1. Okay, save it. So it would be back again 50. So this is specially the assignment operators. Now another most useful operator we are going to use a lot, it is the comparison operator. Okay, in comparison operator mainly we have this greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to. So let's quickly do that. So you have declared two number already, so we can do the comparison here. So like we can check console.log, and inside that what we can do is that number 1 greater than number 2. We want to see that. Now always remember, comparison operator returns the value boolean, either true or false, because we are trying to compare whether number 1 is greater than number 2 or not, right? So it's a true or false. So now if we see number 1 is 80, number 2 is 50, so number 1 is greater than number 2, that's true. So let's see that. You see we get the true. Okay, now if I just change the value of number 1 to 30 quickly and save it, and we can see it's a false. Number one is not greater than. Now if I put number one less than, then it should be working. You see, true. Number one is less than 2. Now what we can do is that greater than equal to. So console dot log age greater than equal to 50. Okay, let's see if that is true or not. It is true, right? Less than equal to would be same like that. Now the most interesting comparison operator that we have is the double equal to. Okay, so what does it mean? So for an example, let's see like that. So let's see if console dot log here number 1 equal to number 2. So equal to means it is checking the equality, the values are same or not. Okay, so let's see. It is false because number 1 is 30, number 2 is 50. So it is false. Again, this gonna help a lot in our programming in future, guys. So maybe it seems like very pretty easy one. Of course, we can see number 1 is 30, number 2 is 50. Those are not different. How silly it is. But in programming, it's gonna help a lot. When we'll start in the next week, maybe the if else statement or the loop statement, there we are gonna use this a lot. Okay. Also we can do with the string also. So for an example, if I just type let series equal to JavaScript, or just type JS in short, so that I can do it quickly. So here I'm gonna check console.log again. So I'm gonna check series equal to JS. Now we are going to see these things a lot inside of if else statement, because I've not explained if else, I'm not able to show you, but you will see that how we are going to use. So now console.log series equal to JS. Now JS is a string value, right? I told you in my last video, in data type, whenever this is declared in comma, then it's a string. So I will put the JS string. So I'm checking whether series equal to JS or not. So I'll save it and it should return me true. It is returning as true. Now we would see another comparison operator, which is the triple equal to. Now what is the value of age? Age is 50, right? So age is after doing all this thing, age is 50. So what I'm gonna do is that console dot log, and age is 50 and age is a number, right? So what I'm gonna do is that I'll check age equal to 50. Is it true or false? It is true. Age is 50. So I'm gonna check if age equal to 50. So this is a string, remember, but the number is 50. It is 50, and it is also 50, but this is a number, this is a number type, and this is a string type. Let's see what the output we get. Let's remove it. So we would get true. Still we are getting true. It is a string type, but string type and it is a number. Then how I am getting true? Because it is still 50. It is the JavaScript is seeing as 50, and this is also 50. Okay, that is why this is showing true. Now to check the data type as well as the value both at the same time, what we can do is that we can type console.log, and here age equal to 3 equal to 50. So now if I just put like this as a string, so now I'm checking whether the age is string or 50, string and 50 at the same time. Previously JavaScript was checking only if it is 50, it is 50. Doesn't matter it's a string or integer, string or number, it is showing the true. But if I now write and show you, you see it's a false because the data type does not match here. So it becomes false. Now if I remove this comma here, very easily if I save it now, you can see it is becoming true. So we will use this three equal operator, right? When we want to three equal operator when we want to make a comparison of the value and the data type. Otherwise we can use double equal when we don't need that, but it is recommended by JavaScript that this is the good practice of using three equal. Okay, now this is very important one, comparison operators. We done with that. Now Okay, now we also have another very important operator, which is the logical operator, where we have the and, or, and not. But here I'm not going to discuss that because it would be very, very easy for us to understand after getting the knowledge of the if else part. Okay, after understanding of the if else video, I would do this logical operator stuff. Okay, because why? Because in real life in programming we are not going to see this comparison like this console.log many times. We are not going to print all those things in the console. We are going to do perform logical things, right? So that is why we would learn if else and then we would understand the logical operator. But up to that point I think it is pretty clear for all of you what I have explained. Now we will understand about the operator precedence. Now, before I explain you, let me show you an example. So quickly let x equal to 5 plus 10 minus 5 plus 10 divided by 2. Okay. So what would be the value of x? Console.log x. Okay. Next, if I type let y equal to, right, 10 divided by 2, then 10 divided by 2 plus, I'll put in the bracket 5 minus 1. Okay, x, and also I don't need to write another line. I can put a comma and put y here, so I'll get the value, in a same line. All right, now if I refresh it, I'm getting the value of 10 and then 9. Now how it does? For x we can see that 10 plus 2 divided by 5, that happens first, and then 5 plus 5 equal to 10. For y, what happens? First it happens the 5 minus 1 equal to 4. I'll tell you why in a second. And then 10 divided by 2, 5. Then 5 plus 4 equal to 9. Now how we are determining that? How we determine that? Now what you need to do is that I'll show you a website which is known as, now if you go to Google and search for operator precedence, and here the best one would be the Mozilla developer. Here you can also see list of operators and also their precedence. So there is a precedence means there would be a number. you know you see, starting from here you can see these are the number of precedence, so the highest number precedence would work first. So for example, this 18 is the highest one in the list of precedence, which is the grouping, which is the bracket. And now you understand that why that bracket happens first. Now we also see that how the flows goes from left to right or right to left, which I'm going to show you in a second. Let me show you the operators quickly. So we have the logical not operator that we would learn later. I told you type of operator we have that we have learned. Another important operator is type of that we have learned in the last class. Also we have the addition, simple addition, plus is the precedence of 11. Then we have minus. Okay, we have the we can see multiply operator, and then we have divide operator. So they have highest precedence, then the plus and minus operator. Okay, it's 12 and 11. Okay, so now if I go down here, also we have the greater than and less than. I think this link I'm going to share you. Please take a look. You can also practice to compare, to check that whether it is coming right or not. Now we have the equal operator, which is the number 2 precedence, very low precedence we have. Now for the first, the 5 plus 10 divided by 2. Now I have just told you the division operator is the precedence 12, and then we have the plus operator, which is 11. So 10 divided by 2, that happens first, 5, then 5 plus 5 equal to 10. And then, now wait, now 10, and then we know that this is also an operator called the assignment operator. And what is the precedence of assignment operator? Which is the which is the 2. So at the end, it is assigned to x, right? The value of x be equal to 5, right? Not 5 equal to x, because that's why it is important. It is saying right to left, it flows right to left, so that means x equal to 5, we would read like that. Okay, same if we go for the y, we know that this is the bracket and the grouping, which is the grouping is the highest precedence, so that's why 5 minus 1, 4 happens. And then again we have the highest precedence of divide, then the plus operator. So 10 to by divided by 2 is 5, 5 minus 4, 1 is 4, 5 plus 4 equal to 9. That's why we got the 9 as output, right? So I think the operator precedence is quite clear for all of you. Again, I'm going to put the link, so do go and check it out. Now last but not the least, I will show you the concatenation. So let first name Pritam, last name Ganguly. Okay, now what I'm going to print is first name plus last name. Now it would concatenate. Both are string. So now it would show me, as you can guess, Pritam Ganguly. But there is no space here. So what we can do is that we can add a space like here, space as a string. You can see double inverted comma means string. And then I'll refresh it. You can see now it is concatenate. Now again, this simple example of concatenation with the plus, this we are going to use a lot in throughout the programming. We would learn also some advanced thing or some cool things also, but again these are gonna be very important in service now development too. Okay, so this is it for today, guys. I hope you have understood different operators. We left with the logical one, and we would do it as I mentioned in the after learning the if and else. Okay, so the next video would be available for the members. Like I told you, that would be the coding exercise, and this will be exclusively available for the members. Again, if you have not joined my channel yet, please click the join button and join the channel. You are going to get a lot more thing, lot more exercise on JavaScript. So if you find this video helpful, hit the like button, let me know in the comment section. Do not forget to share this video with your friends and families, and also don't forget to subscribe my channel. See you in my next video. Bye bye, take care.